Hello, wildlings. Welcome back to Wild Whimsy, your one-stop channel for trying things yourself in DIY stuff. I am Deedles, and this is Faye. This is going to be our wrap-up episode of our Mosaic projects. And how we thought of it, whether we're going to go forward with it, and just basically chatting about our experience with Mosaics. So, and then we'll also reveal our projects that we worked on throughout the video, or throughout the video, throughout the month. And So, Mosaics, man.
Right.
Wow.
So, I think we should show our finished projects and then probably talk about
Sure, absolutely.
What we've done. So, there we go. So this was mine. Boots with flowers and stones for the boots. And then D's.
I did a 3-dimensional L with sea glass and seashells.
Very nice.
And I chose the black grout, and Faye used the white grout. So
what'd you learn?
Right. So I think one of the biggest things from the beginning was whether you have something planned out, all drawn on Faye's boots. It was all drawn. Everything, the flower, everything was drawn out, versus just having the L. So all I had was a blank L, no line. Is like, so I didn't really have to think about placement too much. Right. Just place things and go, oh, that's not over the edge. Okay,
Right.
And so with that process, I guess let's start there.
Yeah. So I found the outline to be helpful, and just because I liked the design and the boots with the flowers, I was like, ooh, that'd be cool. So, and then automatically I'm inspired and I have ideas of how it's already going to look and what I'm going to do, except for the stones. That was a surprise. So, but it was nice to have some lines to go by in order to create the flowers, because I'm not sure, I'm a creative person, but I'm not sure my flowers would have turned out the way that they did on this. So, that was my experience with it, that I found it good. And then maybe later on down the road, if I do another mosaic, then I'll do more freehand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't try the lined stuff, but I know that there, could have been some struggles in there. Like the shape of one of the leaves was giving me, and I cut through, 10 pieces of glass to get that perfect thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you experienced that.
I did. Yeah. Trying to get the glass. Some of them I was lucky. There were some big pieces of glass that were already available, like just naturally, like this one. You probably can't see it that well, but and there was other ones where I was piecing the leaves together, and I kept cutting the glass and getting little bits and stuff like that, trying to get the right shape. But once again, we're not experts at cutting glass. Haven't gotten there yet.
Right.
So it is what it is. But I think it turned out well. I'm happy with it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
For me, on the freeform side, I enjoyed it very much. Placement wise and everything, it was done in no time. It felt like no time. Probably took me about, a couple hours to get placement right and things like that. But as far as doing freestyle, I was like, oh, that'll go there. And then I kind of, when you look at it, I kind of went with I got some dark up here, some white pieces, and some light blue. So so I tried as I was going to kind of spread them out real nice, and fill in, I was like, oh, there's a lot of light blue up here. Maybe I should try a white one, and then maybe, move on to the dark blue in places and things. Yeah. When it came to placing the shells, they glued down really easy. So that was a thought. I did have to think about that. Where am I putting the shells and things? And what, how do I want to, so there is a little bit of thought, but really it was just, oh, this looks good here, bloop, this looks good here, bloop. Some of the things I would have done prior to placing my tesserae, using vocab, would have been to prime the underneath. So if you look at it close up, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the cardboard through the clear glass, that color. And so if I had pre-done it either with a white primer or a black primer, then it would have shown through, and it would have been a different. Like I don't mind the cardboard look, but for the project person in me is going, it's not finished. So in my head, I'm like, this was kind of bothering me, and I'm like, as the perfectionist, not really, but like, I would have done that instead. I would have done some sort of color underneath. Instead of just diving right in. But the free form, I had it was great. I had a great idea, a great time. I think, for Mumsy, I think that's kind of what she does as well. Is she has her colored tiles laid out and stuff, and just kind of, this will look good here, this will look good there, and just goes with it. I'm not sure that she's drawn anything out. She has, because anyway, and so it's I think it's like a personal preference. I mean, I would love to go in and try the lines and try a thing that's already pre-made, and to go, these are the colors that I definitely want, and to lay it all out in that kind of manner, and try it the way that Faye did. And hopefully, Faye just mentioned she'd like to try it the more free form, have an idea, and draw it out, but not really like so much so that, I have to intricately cut glass and things, to make it happen. Like,
I mean, I do have my big cow one. I have a big round one that has the cow drawn on it.
Cow.
The Jersey cow.
Pretty.
So, that may be a little bit further down the road now, but eventually, but I may do smaller projects. I in the end, I did enjoy it. So,
and so we had, you'll see our video if you haven't already prior to this, it kind of is interrupted. We were like, this is a more in-depth process than we anticipated. This is probably for longer term commitment, because one of the things is, once you glue everything down, you got to wait for it to dry, then you got to do the grout, then you wait for that to dry, then you get placement in general was like that was something, took a while, especially with something like Faye did. The placement, took many hours versus, just a few going,
especially when I'm using 4 different types of tesserae.
Yes. So when you have different media to work with.
The little pre-cut stones that are, like on the bottom of the boot for the
cool little tiles.
Just cool little, for the sole of the boot. And then the stones for the actual boot, and then the glass for the leaves, and then colored shells for the flowers. So I had all of those that were working components. The rocks were the easiest, of course, because you just slather on some glue and go blam with the rocks, and
So she did really what we do around here, and that's go from first gear to fifth gear right away. She's like, no, I'm not going to just use one media. I'm going to use them all.
I'm going to use them all. We're just going to do it.
And I kind of used some and was like, okay, something different than the tile or something flat. And so that was an experiment. And and so grouting,
yes, that was an experience.
That process was I learned some things and reminded myself of some things. And so when I'm doing, I mentioned a lot in the chatting that I do tile flooring and stuff, and like when I did the grout on this, it was all over the place, and I just covered the thing and then wiped off my little tesserae pieces. Now, when I do a tile floor, you go in and you fill in the cracks. You don't cover the whole
The
floor,
whole floor,
and then
yeah.
wipe it. You do in the cracks, and then you just wipe off the excess or whatever. And so
Right.
I was like, why did I not apply that
Right.
to this project? Thinking I'm not sure.
We approached this like we were
what it
icing a
was.
cake.
Yes.
Is what we were
Yes,
doing.
we
That's
did.
a big old scoop and a plop and a just spread it is like what we were doing.
And so that takeaway, I totally would have, you should have taken my time and just filled in my cracks.
Yeah.
And done it like us. But that was me going from 1 to 5th gear.
Yeah. And there was occasions when we were spraying it on that I was like, how are we going to get all this grout off? To see our finished product, like I was just like, this is so much grout. But then I didn't say anything. I'm like, I'm just going with it. I'm just going to do it,
Yeah. Me too, especially with the black, right? So she has white, and that's kind of normal or whatever. And I have this black mud thing, and I'm like, OMG! So it took a lot of like rinsing my water out, rinsing my sponge. I mean, my sponge is dyed black now. It's forever. Have to use it in colored grout because I did that. Yeah. Whereas the white one is back to normal.
But it was still a lot of white coming out.
Yes,
it was a lot. And the only thing that I don't like about my grout, which I've mentioned to you probably several times because it just bugs me, is that there's now cracks in the grout, and it's due to how we had actually cleaned the grout out of there and the amount of water that we used. So when it dried, it cracked. So what I plan to do is go back in with a small tool and put grout over the cracks, and then hopefully that'll smooth everything out and make me feel better, because I don't want all the cracks, but there's a lot of cracks. So.
And then with mine, I ended up wiping a lot off that, should have stayed there. Like, again, I don't know, maybe I can get up in there, but on the edges of my L and stuff, you can see where the grout it came right off. Right.
Yeah.
It was harder to work around these shells than it was to work around the glass and stuff. So that all came out pretty well. But it is where my edges came together that I was going crazy with wiping it off.
Yeah. Yeah. You no longer have a chair.
That's fine. The studio dog is calm and quiet.
Right?
So we'll let him sit.
But I would say lessons in grouting for sure. I think if we do it next time, we'll use our knowledge that we've gained this time around to change our tactics a little bit.
Yeah, definitely our first time at war. And so now we're like, let's go back to the drawing board and think about how we would change the things that we did. And and Mumsy even suggested because I had showed her our finished projects and stuff. And she was like, the cracks probably happened because you took too much away from the tesserae that are in there, the rocks and stuff, because I think it's mostly down in there. Yeah. Where, I mean, how do you know how thick you want it? Like how, for my edges and stuff. That was my big question, was how thick do I leave it right here on these edges?
You're right.
But as I'm trying to clean out these shells and things, because you can still see the black on there and everything on the shells, they're white. So, and how to get just above a little bit above the little lip of the shell, but also keeping, a nice, I don't know if we would measure that in like 1/4 inches or millimeters, right? However,
so depth of grout is definitely a thing, like where on mine, some of the depth of the grout, it's like really deep around the rocks, and then around the glass, it's not so deep. And I think, my opinion, that it should be deeper around the glass. And I also didn't get the grout to go all the way to the tippy top of my wood backing.
I see. Yep.
So I'm like, I'll probably add more grout there too, just because I'm like, I really want it to look a particular way.
Did you feel like the wood backing is nice and strong?
Yeah.
Like a good,
It was when
Yeah.
it was wet with the grout on it. I was a little worried, but it seems to have been nice and stuff like that.
Right. Didn't bow and stuff. So like
It didn't bow.
the bottom of my L, I mean, it's cardboard, right? It's a cardboard L. And so the bottom of it kind of did a concave thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's just the weight of everything in the water. And so it just kind of, but that was only on the bottom. I haven't noticed any kind of structural weird anomalies on any other part. We'll see what time does.
Yeah.
And as it sits, well, it'll be inside. Mine personally will be inside, so I don't think it'll get weathered too much, just some dust.
Right.
But
I'm not sure where I'm putting mine yet because I have my shed that we're building.
Yeah.
So I know this is going to be shed bound. It's a she shed, by the way. But so I know it's going to go out there. I'm not sure if I'm going to hang it on the outside or not. But so waterproofing is a thing. I'm going to spray the front down. And then while you were talking, because my mind goes 5 million different places, I was thinking of how I would waterproof the back of this.
Similar.
So, yeah.
So if you're going to do like a shellac or a varnish on the front, you would do it on the back as well. And that would
seal everything off.
And then even if you wanted to paint or dye or stain the back too.
Yeah.
It's, it's a pretty piece of wood, but if you wanted to,
But I was, sorry, diversion. But I was also thinking of other mosaic projects while you were talking. And I'm like, so outside the shed we put some crushed rock along the edge of the shed.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, you know what? I could do mosaic stones and mix them in with the crushed rock. How cool would that be? So sorry, I was like, if somebody says something, an idea just like automatically
absolutely,
pops in my head is inspiration. I should say.
When it comes to creating it, same thing. Like I'll be, doing my research or whatever and ideas, and I'm like lost in my reading now, right? Because I'm down the rabbit hole of what if this, right?
Right? Yeah. Squirrels and rabbit holes. That's what we are.
So someday we'll have merch. I keep saying that we'll have a T-shirt about us going from 1 to 5th gear, and like no in between.
Yeah,
there's no ladder to climb.
Yeah.
We just watched a YouTube video, and that's it. And now we're experts.
Experts, not experts, but
yes, not experts.
Yeah, we have a long way to go.
Tools wise, like I really like, that one was the best. Particular tool was the best for, everything actually. Yeah. Cutting the big pieces and cutting the smaller pieces.
Yep.
I guess, for me, it's my hands are very small. And so the other tool was really hard to use. Yeah. And then it doesn't have the spring. So this guy just springs back open, and so I don't have, it's.
Well, the other one has a spring, but it doesn't work.
It's not very.
I don't know something. So the ones with the blades, the wheel blades, on the
are the preferred. We also know that cutting glass is more helpful if you have a glass cutter. Yeah. And you do your cut first, and then you take your little things, the other tool, and snap it off. Yeah. I mean, makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm interested in getting one of those glass cutters and experimenting with that.
For sure.
See how that goes.
The grinder thing.
Yeah.
Too. It's a covered little grinder. I mean, they sell them at craft stores and things like that, or you can get the they range just like anything else from this is a kid's version to the super adult stuff. But those things are great. Like for, you have your pieces like this, and I'm like, there's a little tiny flower in there that I'd like, but I can just grind off all this edge until I get that shape. Yeah. Which is, I love that. And then it keeps it's covered and keeps all of the dust from stuff, flying. Yeah. It stays right in the little grinding machine for you and stuff. And I mean, it's again, I put a link in our last description to go main art glass studio and museum, and to, they sell all that stuff. Right. Go for it.
Right. Yeah, that's great.
They sell all the tools and all and the different colors of glass and things. And I mean, go check them out.
Yeah.
Take a class with the Mosaic lady. I'm not sure of her name. I'm terrible.
Right.
But it's on their website, and there'll be a link in the description.
Yeah.
Grout wise, I mean, this wasn't so bad.
It wasn't too bad. No.
Faye did use at least half of the container.
Once again, not understanding what we were doing, but yes, use half the container. Yep.
It's about a third of the container.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I don't know why that is.
Right.
Other than just inexperience with how much grout to put on and how much to wipe away.
Yeah.
And even though I covered my L in the stuff and removed it, I still didn't use a lot of as much grout as I thought.
Yeah. Yeah. I pretended I was icing a cake.
There you go.
Yeah.
And so the grout does come in. You can get them in the tubs like this, but you can all at your Home Depot, Lowe's, anywhere like that, all kinds of different colors. But you can also get it in powder form and mix water with it and stuff. Yeah. We didn't take Mumsy's advice and do the thick set. We just glued everything down. Yeah. And I think that
I'd be willing to try that next time.
Faye had a few issues with gluing her the rocks down. Right.
The glue that's supposed to be used for mosaics that I got at the store where I went was just it was a squeeze bottle that has the spout or the little pointy thing on it, and the glue was so thick you couldn't even get it out the spout. So I ended up taking the cap off, tilting it on its side, and using it like that. But it was inconvenient and not good. Yeah. So
where Mumsy says, with the thin set, it goes on like the grout does, but then you place the things into it. Yeah. Let it dry, and then when you grout over it, you have it also lifts it up. Gives it that depth as well. Yeah. Okay. But it holds stuff in. Yeah. Versus gluing one piece at a time. I think we both chose that option. Yeah. I think all the pieces of my L were glued on one at a time versus if I had done the thin set, I could have just laid everything down all at once and it would have,
Yeah. Whereas the glue I did use and I put it on and I'm using lines as guides as to where to put my things, I could still see the lines to glue down what I was gluing. So, and I'm not sure because thick set is white.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure
it can be any color as well, I think. Yeah. I think it's just like the grout and it can be any color.
Yeah. So it would have covered the lines.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I can see that. Yeah. I can see that worked better for some type of project that similar to or if you're doing not necessarily a boot shape, but you have a piece of wood or a backing and you just kind of go crazy. Having that, already down as the glue. Yeah. Because you do that in floor tiling too. You put the thin set down first, lay your tiles on it, space them out, and then put your grout in after.
Okay.
The other thing was, I think 3-dimensional versus flat, right? Like, I mean, it was like when Faye was doing her grouting, it was, she just did it. When I was doing the grouting on this, I'm like, how do I lay it down like this? Do I lay it like, how do I support this? And do I do it all at once? Do I do it in stages? Like, I did this space. Now I do this space. Now I do this.
Yeah.
So, I think that comes with experience and with knowing, the videos that I watched real quick. They did it all at once, so it was like, oh, okay, I could do that, I could do that. Yeah. And so I ended up, it was like, this, and so I have nothing on the bottom, right? There's zero, anything. But if I had wanted to fill that in, right, I'd have to wait for everything to dry and then do a layer on the bottom.
Right. Yeah.
Because, so you at home, if you want, that's what you can do, right?
Yeah.
Is like wait and then set it up so that you can put the layer on the bottom as well.
I think it worked out the way you did it. And I mean, you didn't have finger marks and dents and, like all that stuff in it. So, and plus you would have washed all that away in the end anyways.
Yeah.
So, but I think doing it all at once worked for you. So, which was really good.
Yeah, this time. Yeah, I think it might have helped. No guarantees.
Right.
Have helped on my edges if I had done it the one face at a time.
Oh, okay.
And then I could match the face right to the first one.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, it needs to be that thick. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Probably would have been less messy. Maybe if I had chosen the white grout versus using the black. That was a new experience for me, was using that
color,
that particular color.
Yeah.
I think I've used other colors, grout, browns and reds and things like that. But using black, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that was a bold move.
It was. And I believe with the whites too, you can get white grout and you can add pigments to make the grout many different colors.
Yeah, I think we were looking that up a little bit, and I think we had found a way to do it, and I don't remember offhand what that was.
I think it was a pigment purchase.
Yeah,
much like you would do with, as far as I know, what you would do with resin.
Okay.
Resin has pigments, powdered pigments that you buy to mix in and things like that.
Okay.
So I think, or paint, or any kind of color thing that you want to do. Pigments are sold on the side, so you can add them to a white base or a colorless base.
Right.
That's just could be talking out my butt. I don't know.
Right.
It just seems logical.
Yeah, it does. I mean,
like.
That's probably a thing.
Spreading wise, this was the one that I used and it was a little too wide. I know that you can get them in all different sizes. I have even a trowel size, my mom called it a mini trowel.
Okay.
And so it's like a long pick-like thing, but it has a tiny little trowel end that does the little triangle, right? And so that would have been perfect for me or even Faye to get into your lines instead of
know.
But I'm also a very raw person when it comes to doing art.
And we have one of those tools, and I plan on doing that with going back and grouting the cracks. Is I'm just going to use the small tool and get in there. So I would imagine that'll probably take me another hour or so to do that, to finish that up. So.
For that, I think close up wise, you could see the tinier shells. So placing them and not getting glue all over. There's tweezers. They worked really great for the small stuff. Not the big stuff was easy to place, but doing something like the rocks and the tinier. Yeah. I just need that white spot to be covered with this tiny little,
The tiny shells were sticking to my fingers as I was placing them and stuff. Yeah. Also the rocks, since they're a different, a more uneven surface, when I was grouting, even though the rocks were glued down, some of the rocks were coming loose. So I had to keep on placing the rocks. And then when I was wiping the rocks, different rocks were coming undone. I finally got fed up after a while, and the ones that when it dried enough, I put glue on the back of them, squished them in, and I did not regrout around them. I just squished the rock in there. You can't tell. No. So you can't tell that it wasn't grouted.
No, it was
right. Yeah. Yeah.
So you'll see if you're just checking in with us and seeing this video, go back to the previous one and it'll show that. It'll show the the rocks giving her trouble and things like that. Me just sitting there I'm done, I don't know.
Right. It's I don't know what's taking you so long.
Why are you taking forever? This is a 0 to 5th gear channel, not take a million years to do stuff.
Right. Yeah. So
I guess overall, I enjoyed it. There's lots of ideas. I have a ton of them. I have a table at home that's an old table that you put the umbrella in, and I'm make a Monopoly board. For outdoor gaming, right? Yeah. My mom's visiting. She's like, that's a little complicated, and I'm like, well, how complicated can it be with giant squares and stuff for where you put? I have that. And I'm like, right. She knows best, right? Mumsies know best. So she's probably right. It would just
Right.
take a lot to cut them and to place them and to have all the. I'm like, I don't mind. That's a long-term project, I think.
Yeah.
And so if you're into just doing a day thing, it can be done. Obviously, I did it really quickly and stuff. Versus, taking a little more time and slowing down to really place things. I mean, that's your decision. I mean, I am a one and done, get it done.
Right.
But I'm also willing to sit down and take the time to make that Monopoly board, and to see what happens.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll record it for y'all on the outside, but
absolutely.
But yeah, tons of ideas, especially right now. Again, we mentioned at the beginning that it was garden season.
Yes,
and so we're just thinking
we have
about
ideas
like pavers and edging and
concrete. And we've gone all over the place with ideas. I think we have more ideas than we know what to do with.
Right, than time and experience.
Oh yeah, and time. Time is a thing. So
getting up to the summer, and summers are very busy for the two of us outside of everything. So but overall, really fun. Great idea for something handmade. Even kids can get involved. It's a very friendly, toxicity friendly, right? So it's non-toxic and things like that. And I think kids would I think they do enjoy making these things.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Would recommend, especially if you are like a puzzle person too, and like the idea of, sitting down and making the petals fit, making the leaves fit and things like that. I mean, that's for some people. Some people really enjoy that stuff.
Yep.
I'm like, it already must do. It already must fit. Like,
Yeah.
Or I'm not interested. I'm going to lose interest because it takes too long or because of whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose interest in this type of arting. I really don't. It is really fun and it can be extremely beautiful.
Yeah.
Again, in my research and my one-click wonders, those people are so talented. And you're just like, I don't know. I mean, versus like this gorgeous wall, or the one woman that I watched, and she did half moon rugs and stuff, and just like all out of stones and just like I don't
insane. But yeah, it's definitely something I would do again. And I think maybe I would take on a smaller project once again. I already have 2 in mind while I'll be sitting here talking. So just because.
Yep.
And coming up next, we have wood burning. So that's our next segment that we'll be doing. Which is fun.
Where did it come from? Who started burning wood? And now it's there's so many things you can do with wood burning.
And I think that we are thinking the wood burning will give us a little bit more immediate satisfaction.
Just a little.
Right.
Depends on, it depends on the task you take on, right? I've done things, so I'm a little bit more experienced in wood burning than Faye is.
Yeah, I haven't done.
So I've done giant horses on bars, and I've done, so I've done big projects, and then I've done, smaller, like tokens for events kind of projects that are, really tiny and in your hands versus, it depends. That's another one that it just depends on what you do. I mean, you can take something as simple as a, tiny piece and do a few things and boom, you're done, or you take things and you draw out on a bar.
Right.
This whole, giant horse scene, and that might take a little bit long. It took me a few days to do that one. But I enjoyed the work, so that helps too, is when you enjoy the process.
Yeah, for sure.
But we'll have fun with that.
Yep.
We'll get into the, similar to what we always do, and we'll do a history of it, and then we'll go to from first to fifth gear.
Again.
Because that's what we do around here.
Yes. So yeah, be sure to comment on our projects
Absolutely.
and
Like them, things
you know,
like that.
give us an applause.
Right.
did it.
Someday they might be up for auction
Right.
on our website. Anyway,
Yeah.
we won't talk about that right now. That's way down the line.
Right. So yeah.
Excellent. All right. So next time will join us for wood burning. And until then, stay wild.
All right.